Christ is in our midst. Welcome to the Center for Orthodox Formation in Western Europe. The purpose of the center is to serve Orthodox Christians from all walks of life who wish to grow in their knowledge and understanding of the Orthodox faith. It was initially conceived as a place where people might come forward and train for advancement in orders, that is, particularly for those who were seeking tonsuring as readers or as subdeacons, and even for those who wanted to move forward in major orders. But we recognized that for a very long time, English speakers in Orthodoxy really had few options. Especially here in Western Europe, students were faced with the prospect of going overseas, so for example to St. Vladimir's Seminary in Crestwood, New York, or to St. Tikhon's in Pennsylvania, and this really wasn't feasible. There have been, and continue to be, a number of small operations around England in particular, where a person can undertake training, but none of them were specific to the Russian tradition, and all of them present challenges as far as specific training goes. But our center is not for those pursuing orders alone. Rather, our purpose is to serve the entire Orthodox population, regardless of who they might be, regardless of jurisdiction. Because what we really want to do is to lay on courses that people want to take, but equally courses that serve no polemical, no partisan purpose. Our desire is to shape people, is to form people in the pure Orthodox faith, that is, a faith uncontaminated by politics, uncontaminated by modernity, uncontaminated by jurisdictional disputes. Even as I say that, though, the center firmly places itself within the now. In other words, as we approach questions, we do so as they arise in our contemporary world. Our current provision consists of 5 separate modules which can be taken together as a single course, a course which ultimately will be required of English speakers who wish to advance in orders in the Archdiocese of Orthodox churches in Western Europe, but which can also be taken as separate modules by anyone. These modules include introductory studies in Orthodox thought, Orthodox pastoral studies, Orthodox preaching and teaching, Orthodox liturgical studies, and the Orthodox parish. As I've suggested, these can be taken together as a single whole course, or they can be taken by anybody, and they can be taken individually. The beauty of the course is that it can be undertaken at your own pace. All resources are made available through Moodle. Moodle is an online learning platform used by many universities and colleges, and because each module and each unit consists of recorded lectures, together with reading resources and assignments, it means that you can approach them when you have time in your day, time across your week. There is one caveat, and that is that no module may be completed more quickly than 6 months. In other words, you can't simply sit down and rush through it, submit, and expect to be accredited. Neither, though, can you take longer than 2 years. In other words, the course demands that you exercise some discipline. Once a year, there is a live students forum held in Glasgow, and this is a place where students of the course, no matter which module they're undertaking, can get together with one another. In that environment, they can ask questions, share thoughts that have arisen from the material they've been studying, and encourage one another as they all seek to progress in their studies. Most importantly, though, the Students' Forum, the live event that takes place in Glasgow, will give every student the opportunity to gather together in worship, be formed in the liturgical life of the church. So while this is a course that is primarily based on the Moodle platform, it is not a distance course in that sense. Of course, if a student is undertaking this overseas, say somebody is taking it from the comfort of their home in Canada or the United States, if they wanted to attend the live students forum in Glasgow, they could, but we would make other provision for them in order to have their needs for community and a liturgical life as part of their studies addressed. Eventually, this center will offer more than it does now. It is enough at this present time to lay on the modules we are laying on, as these represent the most pressing needs of the Church. But as more needs arise, the center will, of course, adapt and be pleased to announce developments as it moves forward in time. So, I hope you will join us and come to know Christianity more fully, as it is lived according to the Orthodox faith, and as we present it as part of the Center for Orthodox Formation in Western Europe.